our perspective, you're obviously a seasoned data executive, and you've held various leadership roles in the past decade. And expanding a little bit on data strategy, if an aspiring data leader came to you saying they wanted to find a data strategy, how would you guide them to get the most out of their data assets?
This is my favorite subject. I can talk for hours, but let me give some of my advices to aspiring data leaders. And again, it's my advice. So first thing that comes to my mind is do not get carried away by the hype and buzz created around data analytics, AI, machine learning, etc. Because that new techniques and technologies will be coming every day in, day out. And so do not use these buzzwords, particularly to sell to the businesses, as it will only confuse the business and your excitement will be short-lived. I mean, take my word, that's my experience. Instead, link these buzzwords with what value it will create to the business through successful business use case examples. Don't forget that this is an organizational transformation journey, including capability development, and therefore requires patience, persistence, practical and proactive approaches to achieve data-driven value creation by taking the business stakeholders, partners, and the employees through the journey. And the next point is that it is important to understand the capability of your organization or business from a data analytics perspective. Without understanding the current capability, you can't just suddenly jump and say, I'm going to do AI and machine learning, and it is going to transform the business. No, you need to understand the current capability and maturity, and then implement appropriate data-driven value creating initiatives by having the right balance, neither too fast, not too slow, neither too conservative, not too ambitious. If your business is at the early stages of data analytics where they want only static dashboard reports, no descriptive or predictive analytics, so be it. You start from there, show the business how data can help them, and then take them through the journey. So that is important. And other point is that take the business and your stakeholders through their data analytics capability and competency development journey, as I told before. Understand the business priorities well. Work with the business closely to identify key focus areas to create value for the business, whether it is short term, medium term, or long term. Also remember that while it is critical to focus on value creating use cases, it's also very important to focus on data foundational areas like data access, data quality, data governance, etc., which I highlighted before, that will enable democratization of data to create value. This is an area where business leaders need to be coached to understand that building data foundations is an investment for the future and not a cost, and that would enable the data assets to create appreciable value. This is an area that requires a lot of priority and focus for many organizations. And have a good vision and solid data and analytics strategy, but do not implement the strategy as a big bang. My experience, big bangs fail. No longer business have time to wait to hear from you saying that, hey, I have a strategy, wait for 3 years to get a no longer. So go for an incremental approach to implementation of the strategy by demonstrating data value creation to the business, get the business buy-in, and slowly increase the scope as excitement grows by demonstrating the value. And importantly, regularly review the data strategy and roadmap that you have created. I particularly do that every quarter, in fact, to ensure that you realign your data strategy to the business priorities, because business priorities keep changing. You can see digital, and that changes the business priorities. There's more pressure from customers. So it is important to realign to the business priorities as required. And this is extremely critical to keep the business engaged in the data-driven value creation journey. Other point, continuously push data literacy initiatives in the organization to educate employees at all levels. What executives or employees know about data, that's what they don't know. If they've known about data and its capabilities very well, they would have invested a long time ago. So data storytelling should be a key skill of data literacy program. And it's important to explain in business understandable language the insights. Don't talk about deep learning and all kinds of nearest neighbor algorithms and stuff like that. Don't do that. Explain in business understandable language the insights created from analytics projects from business value creation perspective. And it is also critical to educate the business on the various components of the data lifecycle, not just from analytics. Example, why do you need to organize your data? Why do you need to classify your data? Why do you need to retain or distract data? Why data quality is fundamental to AI and analytics? and how data governance enables value creation. It is important that you got to educate them. And data literacy should be a critical program for any organization in the current industry where we are heading. And other most important thing is build and implement a smart data governance framework, because traditional data governance approaches rarely work nowadays, as businesses do not have the patience or money. Smart data governance should enable data for value creation rather than being perceived as controlling the sharing and use of data. So focus on governing the data asset that matters most for the business, only from value creation perspective. No point in focusing on data governance saying that I'm going to govern all the data assets. It's just a waste of time. And other point is ensure a good data playground is in place, like such as infrastructure, environment, and support that would enable data analysts to play with the democratized data in an agile manner by applying analyze fast, test fast, fail fast, and learn fast mindset. They should be able to explore and exploit the data to identify value, and then apply the right balance between data-driven value creation and innovation versus acceptable use of data. When I say acceptable use of data, we are talking about things like data privacy and data ethics. It's a huge subject on its own, which is one of my favorite subjects also, and that will determine the future of AI and data science. But last but not least, I expect the data leaders to lead by example and from the front when leading your team, by inspiring them and providing an environment to bring the best out of them by investing in capability, talent, development, and growth. These are some of my advices, actually.
Ram, this is amazing. I feel from you obviously bring a lot of expertise and depth to knowledge in this subject matter, and I think from our perspective, I think you hit on the buzz and the excitement that data analytics brings, and I think even this conversation today it showcases that. So, Ram, I want to thank you for joining us today, and I think for our viewers, I want to thank you for watching. There will be additional CDO Magazine interviews at CDO Tech or cdomagazine.tech. And we look forward to talking more. Thanks, Ram.
Thanks a lot. And thanks, CDO Magazine, for giving me an opportunity to share my views. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much.